guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do my project pan update. I am kind of excited, I guess. I don't know how I've done this month. I feel like my numbers are about the same as last month, but I don't know. I still feel like I've slowed down in some ways. As always, we're going to start with the item that I used the least, which was my lipstick. This is my Beaute lipstick. I did a really good push on this last month, but this month now, I've only gone into this 4 times, so I don't think it's really changed. I mean, we're gonna see what it looks like, but I only went into it 4 extra times this month, including today, so really technically like 3 times, right? But we can count today. I think it looks the same as probably last month. I've slowed down. I've not been this is kind of a heavy lipstick, and I've not been wanting something as heavy. It does weigh my lips down quite a bit, and I have noticed something about me is I'm quite sensitive with how my lips feel. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I've always been like this, but I really love weightless lip products. So that's one of the reasons why I don't gravitate towards really glossy lips, because I don't like the feeling of them, the texture, the stickiness of it. And I really love just like an airless feel on my lips. And even today, right now, as I'm wearing this, it just kind of feels weighted down. Now this is an old item, and I'm just thinking, like, should I call it done? I want to call this done because I kind of want to work on something else, quite honestly. And I think if this weren't in a project pan, I might consider decluttering this at some point, or like in my next declutter, which I'm literally going to be filming either today or tomorrow for my lip product. So I don't even know what the plan is for this. Obviously, I wanted to finish this by the end of the year and give myself an actual lip product to focus on for this year. But I feel as though, I mean, I've used so much of it, and if I weren't a project panner, I would not keep this. I'm just telling you right now. So I don't want to get to the point where I'm going to be hate panning this, and I think we're kind of at that point. How stubborn do I need to be to finish this item? For me personally, I'm quite happy to say that I'm done with this and then move on to the next one. But as a project panner, obviously this is not done, right? So you let me know in the comments, what do you think I should do with this? Because I'm quite happy to just let this go. It's an older formula. It does feel weighted down on my lips, and there's other lip products in my collection that I prefer at this point that give similar color, similar vibes, but doesn't feel as weighted down. Like as a texture, it just feels kind of heavy on my lips at the moment. I think in the winter, maybe I don't notice it so much, but right now I just really notice it. So yeah, I haven't wanted to go into this. So anyway, I used it 4 times. Let me know if I can call it done. I mean, obviously you can call it done. It's my project. I take control of my life, but you know, I know technically it's not done. So I don't know. I don't know if I would just want to like keep going, be stubborn about it, or let it go. Part of me just wants to let it go. All right, next item that I use the least is one of these. Which one is it? It's this one. This is this is Nabla, but this inside here is my Natasha Denona Depotted Cream Highlighter. So I did use this 6 times. So it's not like I've been fully neglecting this one, but you know, in terms of all the rest of the products in this project, it is my second least used for this month. I did hit pan again on this item last month, and that has expanded. I know I have this on today. I've been enjoying this, but I've just been using it when I want to use it. So it's not all the time. I still feel like I have plenty left to go, but I'm not worried about getting this finished. I'm quite happy to finish this. So we're just gonna keep trucking along and keep going. I am obviously keeping this in because I want to finish it. It's so pretty though. This is just so pretty. It's, I wonder if you can actually just like buy this. But I know, yeah, if I could buy this, I wouldn't want to spend the money that I would need to spend from Natasha Denona, right? But it's just it's a peachy pink color. And that is me through and through. So anyway, that one I've used 6 times, staying in. I've expanded the pan a little bit, so I'm pleased about that one. I'm looking down because my notes are down. I'm not trying to be rude, my notes are all down here. I do have an empty. So the next item I used 7 times this month, and then I called it done, and it is my Gloss Gods Skinderella Priming Lotion. I obviously used it as a primer. So this one was done pretty early on in the month, and now I have one less primer in my collection, which I'm so excited about because I keep bringing them in. So, you know, one in, one out, one in, one out. Sometimes it's one out, two in, which, you know, a girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. But this one is done, so I'm happy about that. It's been sitting in my empties now for a good 3.5 weeks, so that's good. And we actually are going to be adding a new product to replace it. Should we talk about that? Because I think I'm only going to bring in one new product this month. I was going to bring in another bronzer. I am working on a cream bronzer, which we'll get to. I was thinking of bringing in a powder bronzer, but the only powder bronzer that I would bring in would be my Ofra powder bronzer. Let me just show you. I was thinking of bringing this one in simply because I expanded the pan when I recently did my Project 10 uses, but this is a summer bronzer, and if I roll it in now, it's only going to stay in a month, and I just think, what's the point? I mean, is there a point? Should I do that just to see? Because I have a bronzer that I need to work on, like a powder bronzer in my Project 10 now. So I think it would just cause issues. So I'm not going to roll it in. Had it been like June or July update, and I was at that point, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going to roll in this bronzer, but we're like getting to the end of summer. And if I roll it in now, I really don't think I'm going to get much use out of it. So I'm not rolling it in, just so you know. But anyway, to replace the primer, since I finished the Gloss Gods primer, I'm going to roll in a pretty old primer of mine. This is from Primark. This is from Primark. It's their PS Vitamin Enriched Moisturizing Primer, and it is obviously the dupe of the Bobbi Brown. I've tried the Bobbi Brown. I finished the Bobbi Brown. I love the Bobbi Brown one. I would absolutely get it again, but I have just too many primers. I think this is a really good dupe for it, quite honestly. It's not as luxurious, and it doesn't smell the same. The reason I want to roll this in, and this is to finish, is because I did recently see somebody have this in their collection. They opened it up and it looked really scary, and I don't want mine to get to that point because it is an older item, so I'd rather use it, finish it up. I'm actually heading to the UK in December, so, you know, I could always get another one if I wanted to, but I kind of want to just like finish this up and be done with it before it gets to the point where it's gone bad. It hasn't gone bad, it smells still good, but it is one of my older primers at this point, so we're gonna go through it. And also it's a nice moisturizing one, which I feel like I kind of need to work on a moisturizing one at the moment. It's all well and good to work on other types of primers here and there, like my, you know, tinted one, my sort of glossy ones, the ones that are like highlighters, but a moisturizing primer is always good for my skin. So that one's gonna be rolled in to finish. All right, let's get into the rest of these items. I'm just looking down, just double checking. Okay, so we're gonna talk about these two. I only ended up using these 9 times again this month each, which is the same as what I did the previous month. So I've got the Glamshop Beautifier Light Coverage Foundation, and I have the Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour Skin Tint, and I use these together religiously. Like I haven't used one without the other since I've rolled them in, and my goal was to finish them. I've been having them stand on their side, but of course you can barely see the windowing. This is the Glamshop one, and if it had settled by the time I filmed this, I mean, you could see some settling here, but it's pretty much here. It hasn't gone down that much, quite honestly. I have slowed down. I can definitely see the line. Maybe you can see the line. I can see the line just looking at this. Yeah, I can see the line quite clearly, but I'm also facing a window, so it's easier for me to see this. And then the Super Stay one, there's like no windowing. But I know if I had set this down and like stayed there, like kept it there for 2 days, it would have settled, but I'm impatient. I wasn't planning to film this video today either, but I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just do it a couple days in advance, and so I'm not ready for you guys. But I use these two 9 times each. They have about the same, and I'm actually not convinced now that I'm going to be able to finish these. I just don't think that it's going to happen. But we'll see. I have them on today. It's a really nice coverage when I put the two together, and it's a really nice color as well. The problem that I'm facing is I'm not wanting to wear full coverage foundation right now. And when I group these two, like this is a skin tint, but it's got so much coverage. I don't even think this is a skin tint. It just feels like a skin tint, but it doesn't look like one because there's just so much coverage in this. And then when you pair the two together, because it's got like no coverage at all, when you pair the two together, they're just like a perfect match for me. But I just have not been wanting to wear full coverage looking foundation this summer, right? But the problem is I have to wear them in the summer, those two, because my Maybelline Superstay is too dark for the winter. So it's like a catch-22. I gotta wear them now, but I also don't want to have a heavy finish on my skin all the time. So that's why I'm really kind of averaging just 9 uses every month, because I just want to use other things or not any foundation at all. It is what it is. So those are staying in, but there's not too much to show with them. I wish that they settled faster, but they just simply do not. Next up, we have my blush that I'm trying to hit pan on. This is Kiko Milano Tuscan Iris, and I've gone into this 10 times. Last month, I went into it 11 times. So and actually the month before that, I went into it 10 times. So I'm kind of averaging around the same amount of times every single month. This is what it looks like. Doesn't look any different. Yeah, this is never ending, and every single month I'm coming on here and I'm like, I need my patience. I need to just be patient about this. It is a blush. It takes forever to pan blushes, let alone hit pan on a blush. It can take hundreds of uses at this point, and it is very well in the hundreds use at this point, and I still have not hit pan. I don't know where this pan is. This could quite well be deeper than I think it is. So we might be a whole 50 to 70 uses away from pan. I have no idea. So we're just gonna keep going with this one. I have it on today. I really, really like this blush. But if you've been watching my Shop My Stash on my Project 10 uses, I have been pulling a lot of blush, a lot of other blush to work on and play with, and I've also recently received new blushes, so I'm really, really blushed out, and I can't dedicate a whole month to use this product every single time I do my makeup. That's why I'm really just averaging around 10 uses, which I think is pretty decent considering I'm stretching myself so thin with how much blush I'm using every month. It's actually kind of crazy. But anyway, this one, still no pan. It does upset me in a way because it would just be so nice to hit pan, but I do really like this. If I did not like this blush and I was trying to hit pan, it would be a disaster. But because I like it, it's okay. It's like still, I know the feeling. Like I went through this when I tried to hit pan in my ColourPop blush. That took forever too. And then when I finally did, it was just, of course it took this long to hit pan. So I know it's gonna happen. It's just patience. We need patience. So anyway, that one I used an additional 10 times. Okay, let's move on. What's the next one? The next one is going to be my bronzer. So I have been doing decently well with the ABH Cream Bronzer. If you recall, last month I barely used this. I mean, I used it 7 times, but for me, it was like not a very good month. I had just rolled it in. It's a good bronzer for me to use for the summertime too. So if I'm not going to use it over the summer, I was thinking, oh, maybe I should declutter it. But when I got to my cheap declutter video, I was actually already using this quite a bit. And I was like, no, you know what? I'm not going to declutter this. So this one, I don't think looks too different. I mean, I already had a nice little pan in there. I have it on today again, and I've just been using it. I don't really have a goal in mind in terms of, oh, I want to finish this, because there's just so much more product that this would take me a really long time. But with cream bronzers, I don't have too many. I have about a handful, and I like to rotate them throughout the year. So this is a really good summer one. I'm going to keep it in for another month because we do have some good summer days ahead of us. And then I think by the time I do my Project Pan update in September, I'm gonna probably want to switch it out, but I want to give it another extra month. I think I can get some good use at least in the next couple of weeks, and then maybe I'll naturally start grabbing something else. But yeah, because I use this quite a bit more than last update, I feel like I want to keep it in my collection. I really do like this. It's just, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it last month and I've been feeling it this month, so who knows. Okay, next up we have my concealer that I rolled in last month. This is my Nabla Close Up. Is it called the Close Up Concealer? I don't know. It is this version of it. I think is discontinued, or maybe I'm mistaken. This does have quite a lot of windowing, if you can notice that. And when I put it on my skin, I do feel like it is quite dry on the wand. So I might at some point this month take the stopper out and just see how we get on, because I think I'm at the point now where the product is still coming out on the wand, but it is a lot drier than what I expect. And then when I look down, you're not gonna be able to see anything, but when I look down in here, there is really only product at the bottom. But if I take the stopper out, I think I will have a better chance of at least scraping the sides. And I do like this concealer, so I would like to do that with this concealer. I don't always take the stopper out from all the concealers I finish. I didn't do it with my ABH concealer because I hated that one. But I'm gonna do it with this one. There's really not that much left in here. Did I say how many times I used it? I used it 14 times this month. So yeah, I've been liking it, and it's gonna be a sad day when it leaves my collection, but I have a lot of concealers at this point, so I actually kind of want to get through my concealers, and I'm really happy that I rolled out my e.l.f. one last month, because it just made no sense to have it. It is so pale, and it's much better for me in the winter time. So this is much better for me right now. It's a really good shade. So this one was a good switch up last month. Anyway, I think if I take the stopper out, I think I might maybe have 2 more months left of this. I'm not gonna say it'll be done by next update. I don't think I'm there, but I think 2 more months is more realistic. So that's pretty cool. Okay, and then the last item that I have to talk about, I feel like I don't have too much in my project pan, but it's kind of working out for me because I'm just trying to focus on what I want to focus on. It is my Nabla Close Up Pressed Powder. So obviously I have 2 of these compacts. It does get confusing even for me, but this is the one with Natasha Denona in it. And this is the actual powder. So I think the pan has expanded from last month for sure. This is kind of fun because like 3 months ago, I didn't even have a pan in here, right? Or did I have a pan? I've just been expanding it, and then obviously I put it into my project pan to continue to finish, and it's definitely expanding. There's quite a lot of product though around here. It's a lot thicker, so this is definitely where it was very thin in terms of how much product was there. So I think I'm gonna slow down because there is quite a bit of product left. This one I ended up going into 15 times, so not too much more than really anything else. This is the most I've gone into in any of my my products this month in my project pan. I think because I'm really trying to do a good job with my project 10 uses, and you know, having a decent amount of uses on those items, I'm definitely splitting my time between my project pan and my project 10 uses at this point. But I think it's working out. It might mean that I'm slowing down a little bit on progress for these videos, but I'm getting a lot of use on items, so I don't really mind, and I'm happy, and I like this powder. I have it on today. I like it. It's pleasant. It is what it is. So I feel like it was a decent month. I have 1 rollout, 1 empty. I've got 1 coming in. I obviously hummed and hawed about bringing in a powder bronzer, but I think maybe I'm just gonna wait a little bit and see how I feel next time. In terms of updates for next time, let me know about my lipstick. I don't really know. I would love to know your thoughts about that, because it would be nice to know, right? And then also, I think this is the closest that I am to getting my next empty in this project pan, which would be my Nabla concealer. I think everything else is just taking its sweet time, and that's absolutely fine. It happens. We can all get what we want, but hopefully, yeah, hopefully I'll start wanting to wear more full coverage foundation, because I just haven't really wanted to. And then maybe I can work on those 2 foundations longer than maybe I can roll them out in October. I just think maybe that, I don't know. Unless I might get super pale and then it just doesn't work. I don't know. We might have to roll them out next month, and I just didn't really get too much use out of them. But anyway, that is everything for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.